Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So today's session is going to focus on our first empty stance, and it's also going to be a new movement, fist under elbow. Let's get started. We are going to start by reviewing what we've worked on in the previous sessions. That means starting at prepare and going all the way through single whip. Ready? Feet together. Head lifting up, shoulders down. Fingertips brush the sides of your thighs, but we still have that little piece of fruit under the arm. Shift your weight to the right. Lift up your left heel, ball and toes, and step a little bit wider. Toe, ball, heel. Now rotate the palms as you start lifting up, shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Upper arms go down, forearms, and then palms. Come and sit in front of your hips. We're going to start sinking down. Drop those right fingers. Shift to your right as that right arm comes up and rotates to the right side. Wave hands like clouds. We step wider. Hit your center point. Turn to the left side. And we're going to step to shoulder width, but to the corner direction for single whip. We keep with that rotation until we make a hook. And then we step for a bow stance, standing ward off, and push. Checking that we're in the center, vertical torso. Hook is still to the corner, it didn't move. And our front knee is in line. So it's not pulling in. Both are, but specifically that one will pull in a little bit. Okay. Now, let's talk about the difference from an empty stance to a bow stance. Both have the relationship of 45 degrees between their feet. I'm going to mirror you. When we have our bow stance, we're going to turn and open up our right toes 45 degrees. We're in our own little square box. It travels with us at all times. Sink down so your knee is over your toes or your toe direction, and step out on that line. So we have two lines between the feet, and we move forward. So for our bow stance, we have two lines between the feet. We're not going to be crossed. And we have one at 45 degrees and one straight. For an empty stance, if you shift back, you should be able to pick up easily and draw in. The difference for an empty stance is we're going to step with one line between our feet. So this means we're still not crossed, but we're not going to have that shoulders width apart space. We're going to have one line with our feet on each side, still having the back foot at 45 degrees and the front foot straight. Okay, hold there. When we are in this position, our whole heel is going to touch the ground. It's not going to be the edge of the shoe, the whole heel bone. So your foot is kind of floating over the floor and your heel is what's rooted. We have 70% of the weight in the back leg and 30% in the front. We achieve this by leaning forward from our hips. Our torso in an empty stance on the heel is going to be open to the side direction. Fold from your hip. Is your hip over your heel? So not here. We want to make sure that 30% is coming from folding forward. Okay, that's the basics. That's our empty stance versus our bow stance. So watch one time. We're in single whip, and our next movement is fist under elbow. We are going to shift forward, and we're going to open up that hook. We're going to step in, and we're going to lift, punch, and touch with the heel all at once. Fist under elbow. Let's work on the footwork. Get into your single whip, stepping to the corner. Nice bow stance. Check. You can pick up easily. Open hips. First thing, we're going to shift forward. Shift your weight, turning your waist a little bit. Step closer in, forward and to the side. Touch with your toes, your ball of your foot and your heel. This will help get your foot to the corner direction. Then you're going to push back off that ball of your left foot, pick up, and change to the heel. Okay, let's do it again. The great thing about this footwork is we can link it together without stopping. So move forward, step in, toe, ball, heel. Push back off the ball of your front foot. You still have that lean right now. And then you can change to the heel. Look down at your footwork. Check. Do you have one line between the feet or are you crossed? If you are feeling wobbly, you're probably crossed. Okay. That's it. That's the footwork. So we're stepping closer in and then changing to our first empty stance. For the arms, we're starting in single whip. We're going to drop the right arm and we're just going to start with the left. We're going to show pulling out to the side and down, curve slightly towards your hip. Then we're going to make a little U-turn and we're going to lift up. So I'm going to show you from another direction. We start in single whip. We're going to pull down and out to the side. We're going to come down towards the hip and then we're going to lift up. The lifting up is what's important for the meaning. We'll talk about that in a moment. From here, pull to the side, down towards the hip, and lift up. Let's talk about the right arm. It's a little bit harder to see. I'm going to show you from the original direction and then turn and face the other way again. So we have our hook hand. It's to the corner. That's why it's hard to see. We're going to open it. So you're going to go from here and you're going to relax it down and open that palm. Once we've opened that palm, it's going to come to the side direction and we're going to make a fist. Okay? This is the first time we've made a fist. Let's talk about the fist for a moment. Hold your palm out flat to the sky. Roll your fingers in. Then take your thumb and bring them over the first two. When we make our fist, fist eye and tail should be closed, so no gaps. But not so tight that we get this kind of wonkiness here. Okay, flat surface. Flat surface. We want to have a great impact point. In Yang Family Tai Chi, all fists are vertical. Be that the hook that we're doing right now, be that punching straight ahead we'll see later, or in the traditional long form, we also have punching overhead, but that's vertical this way. In this form, we're going to focus on our hook and we're going to punch straight forward. Both vertical fists, making sure we have a beautiful flat surface with a closed fist. Okay. From here, we have our hook. Drop your hook. We turn and then we make a fist at the last moment. Now let me show you from that other direction. We start at the corner. You're going to relax and open your hand. This arm's going to travel along this line. And at the last moment, it's going to make a fist and we're showing punching. Punching. Okay? The meaning of this movement, we're lifting our opponent's arm and we're punching to the side body at the same time. So if someone was punching towards you, you would connect and grab, pull their arm down and lift it up, and then they would be in this position. So you would have all of these lovely soft targets right here for this hook punch. Are you necessarily here for martial arts? Probably not, but knowing the meaning is going to help improve your form and it's going to connect your mind to the movement. So now we understand that as we're lifting, we're going to time this punch going together. This movement is called fist under elbow. It is not going to be directly under elbow. We want to have our armpits open still. And if you think about the meaning, when your opponent's arm is lifted and you're holding here, your fist wouldn't be directly under your elbow. It would be further away, impacting your opponent's side body. Let's put it together. So left and right arms together. Single whip arms. Relax that hook and start opening to that left side. You're going to pull down as that right arm's going forward. And then you're going to make your fist and you're going to lift and punch at the same time. When we're in the final posture, we're going to be open towards the corner and we're going to be looking to the straight direction. So if you're too square, your armpits are going to close. We want to have space. The difference of being here, here. Okay, armpits open, have that energy flowing through your whole body. Single whip to raise hands, arms. Pushing out, hook hand, looking through that left palm. Start pulling to the side, relax your hook hand. Pull down, make your fist, lift, punch, all at the same time. Looking ahead, even though our torso is open to the side direction. Ready to put it together? Let's start full single whip into fist under elbow. Make sure you have a good starting position, meaning you can easily pick up. Torso's vertical, palm striking, hook hand. As we shift forward, we're going to relax our hook and start pulling. You're going to keep pulling down and you're going to step in. Start shifting back and then you're going to touch with your heel as you lift and punch. Check your final position. Lifting not too extended. Focus on lift. Space so that the fist is not directly under the elbow, just kind of near it. And then drop the arms and look down at your footwork. Do you have one line between your feet and the relationship of 45 degrees to straight? If so, you're doing great. Let's practice. Single whip into fist under elbow. Look through that palm. Make sure the hook is to the corner, torso's vertical. Relax the hook. Notice how you have to lean slightly to pick up and step in. Push back. Change to the heel. Lift and punch all happen at the same time. Shoulders down, waist relaxed, armpits open. Ready? Single whip, fist under elbow. The best way to become comfortable with these movements is to practice them again and again. Relax the hook, shift forward, pull down, lift, punch, and step with the heel. Are you leaning forward enough? So that 70% is the back and 30 instead of the legs. We're here. Now that we've got a good grasp on fist under elbow, we are going to practice the whole thing. Starting from our prepare all the way through to our new movement, fist under elbow. Feet together. Take a deep breath here. Try to relax your body, relax your mind, becoming present here and now with your movement. And then shift. Picking up that left foot, stepping out. On your next inhale, float those arms up. Very slow movement. Upper arms, forearms, and palms sink down until they sit in front of your hips. Drop those right fingers. Start sinking and shifting to the right as you turn from your waist. Look to the right side. Step. Come to center with everything and then keep turning and shifting to the left. Step to the corner for single whip. It's like wave hands like clouds until we make a hook. Drop that left elbow. Step wide enough and then push. Fist under elbow. Relax the hook. Start shifting forward. Step in. Lift. Punch. And touch with the heel. Everything arrives together. Let's do it again. This is the key. Feet together. Shift. Heel. Ball. Toe lift. Touch. Toe. Ball. Heel. Rotate. You're choosing the speed of your practice right now. This is the moment to settle your mind, settle the energy down to the dantian or middle body. And then we drop those right fingers and we sink down. And now you're choosing the level you're going to be at for your entire form practice as we shift and we step. And we move level across for wave hands like clouds. And we step to the corner, shoulder width apart for single whip. Relax your left foot as you make that hook. Step wide enough for your bow stance, standing ward off or block, and strike. Fist under elbow, relax the hook. Pulling down, make sure you have that little curve at the bottom. Nice closed fist, lift, punch, and touch with your whole heel. Fist under elbow. Okay. All right, we are going to stop right there for today. Thank you so much for being here.